welcome back to the woodland. So today's Monday and I've had a couple of hours in at work, but they didn't need me, so I thought I'd come down and do some jobs that I didn't get done on Sunday. I've got stuff to do, so dead edges and stuff like that, but first I need a cup of tea, so get myself some sticks. I'm actually going to bother to light the fire today. It looks quite dry actually. I've seen them do it on the YouTube and they batten it down a bit. They get a bit to hold it. I don't dare I do it. Like this. Stuff you learn on YouTube, eh? Oh, no, that was that bit. Look. I could probably find some sticks. Oh. God, I can imagine all the bushcrafters absolutely cringing at me doing this. Absolutely, I would be if it was something that I knew what I was doing and I could see somebody messing about like this. I bet thinking, look at her, bloody give a girl an axe. Honestly. Oh well. Oh. See, nothing's level in this wood. Nothing. Oh God, I missed that one completely, didn't I? Oh well, there might be enough there, and I'll get some little sticks from over there. I have to do something with my hair. I can't see what I'm doing. I'll bring you back when I've lit the fire. I've got a lighter with me today. I've never used a fire steel before, and I need a cup of tea. So that's something I'm gonna practice as I go. And some birch barks and stuff like that I've seen them use on YouTube. But for now, I've cheated and we've got fire lighters and a lighter. But anything for a brew. Oh, there's plenty of these sticks on the floor. You ain't got to go far. Not at all. Last time I was here, I got bitten on my back. I think when my t-shirt rode up. So this will help with the bugs a bit. So they reckon. See how we get on with that. So, of all the views that I've had and stuff, I just want to say, you know, thanks for watching. Oh, what was that? I really appreciate it because it's something that I've been wanting to do for ages, and I do really like the bushcrafty stuff. I just don't know what I'm doing, but I will get there. You know, I do take notice of what's Andy Kent's doing, Jim Bob Adventures, you know, people like that. And I want to get myself a tarp and practice doing tarp setups because I reckon they're brilliant. You can sort of go anywhere and do. So yeah, I really need to get on with that. I've seen most of them have like they call it a DD tarp or something. I'll have a look into that and see what I can get. But yeah, crikey, I'm in the wrong place here. need to find some gloves, don't I? Because that bugger's gonna be hot. And I think I need that tripod up a bit and all. Crikey, such a learning curve this is. Anyway, the most important thing is the kettle's on. And it's almost actually on the fire. As opposed to boiling. Do you know what I mean? So right then, so today's plan of attack, after I've had a brew, I need to make the dead edge. You see, the plot next door has recently sold, which means I'm going to have some neighbours. That's all right. But I think I would sooner define the boundaries, not just because we're having new neighbours, but because my grandkids, I just wouldn't want them roaming about in somebody else's woodland. So I need to find some hazel poles, cut some points on them, and go and make the dead hedge over at the end of Muntjac. So that's the job for today, but first, a brew. Tea for Martin. Poisonous. Like him and his whelks yesterday. I still ain't got over that. I only drink coffee. Can't stomach tea. It's horrid. Ugh. Try this almond milk, see what that's like. Ugh. Then we'll get on. Listen to that racket. So I'm on my way down the woodland to find some hazel poles. I don't really want to go too far and have to lug them all the way back up here. So the blue marks on the tree is my boundary there. So as much as I can do is follow the blue marks, whether it's straight or not, because that's what they've given me to work with. So I've started a dead edge here. Last time we come, but it needs some more filling in. So, oh look, here's a likely candidate. It's lovely, isn't it? You see, this is the problem with the ash. Look, I mean, I don't know how it's still standing up. To be fair with you. But it is currently, so that's all good. Right, let's have a look over here. I'll bring you back when I've found some. Right, here's a likely candidate. I mean, the canopy here is really thick. There's a nice field maple just there. I don't think we need all of this, and they're reasonably straight, so I'll harvest some of these. It was a coppice woodland anyway at some point, so we'll have some of these off. Oh, they'll all regrow in no time anyway, so let's have that off and all. I don't need that many. I've got quite a few poles over there, but oh, come on. So what I usually do is clean them up and put all the leafy bits in the edge just to build it up a bit. This was higher than this edge, but it's gone down. So every now and again I leave a gap for the deer to go through. If I can see a trail, I'll leave a gap for the deer, because you can see there's one over there I'll show you in a minute. Behind there it goes all the way through the woodland. So let's get some of these cut. Don't want them ever so long really. About there. Right, and that bit's got a bend in it, so I'm just going to weave this into the dead edge, I think. I'll stick that in there. That's a bit high. Right, I'll do there. Pick some poles. Right, I'll just show you the. So I've got a bit arty-farty over there, look, and I found an arched fallen bit, so just put it in there for the animals, the badgers and that go through it. Alright, poles are got. Better come back and get you. Nearly fell over then. So yeah, left a gap for the wildlife, and it's on the trail that runs through. I'll turn you around so you can have a look. So the trail, it goes through there to that track. So yeah, all good. So I've got some hazel poles cut, and I'm just making some stakes, and I'm going to go along here. So the top boundary is the track, so of course that don't need nothing on it, but coming down here, it's a bit higgledy-piggledy to be fair. I think they've just sort of done it as best they can, but the blue post starts there and then it goes off at that angle, so it's crackers really, but I can only go with what's on the trees. So using the the bit of tree that Martin got his saw stuck in yesterday. Handy enough now it is. And I'll use that as one of the poles, I think. And I don't know whether I'm going to go behind it or in front of it yet. I ain't really decided, but I found when I'm making these that the ones that aren't quite so fat get on a bit better, because the other ones, you don't have to take some knocking in. Blooming neck. How many do I need? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I can keep going a bit yet then. That one might be a bit thick, but it's got a bit of a wiggle on that one, has. Never mind, it'll be all right. I mean, they're generally really straight, but I don't want to waste them just by cutting a straight bit out of one that's got a wiggle in it. So I'll cut the wiggle off, look. Oh, only about 8 or 10 more left, so yeah, we'll I'm going to leave it here for a minute. I'm going to go and have some dinner and finish this off a bit later. So dinner time on the fire, and on the menu tonight or today is vegan bolognese served with vegetable loaf that I made the other day. I'll bring you over in a second. So everything today is smoked. I've had a bit of a fire disaster that I didn't film. The whole woodland was full of smoke, and yeah, it's just the wood was wet or didn't have enough heat in a fire or whatever it might have been. But anyway, here you go, look, this is what's cooking. Vegan mince, vegan loaf. Martin outdoors, he's just making a cup of tea. Excellent. Coffee for me, obviously. So, yeah, my mother's just messaged me. She says, I've got you all over my television. Well done, Mum. Press that subscribe button. Vegan, slimming world. Really bright plate, actually. I might have to change them. Yeah, all really good. Because obviously, if you've watched any of the other junk I've put on, you know next Saturday is weigh day. So you're going to have to... Everything you see will be slimming world orientated, low calorie, low taste, low everything else. But yeah, so you can do it in the woods. There it is. Look, fire's decided to go now. It's perfect. I've had a right disaster with it. Good. So, let me have my dinner. You won't want to sit watching me chuck this down my neck. And after which we'll go and make that dead edge. Cool, see you in a minute. Right, back after my dinner. Back to it. Right, I need to row a post. So the mark on the trees here, look at the state of that. What am I going to do with that? Put that down. There. So I'm gonna go from the middle of that tree stump over there to this. Where's the next one? So it sort of goes that way. So I might actually come to the front of that with one, and then I'm gonna have to go across there. That's no good. Get a better one, Sarah. So if I come, can you even see me? Maybe not. There, and then let's have yeah, that looks all right. If I come here straight in front of that blue post. Oh, I'm on a root. Oh my god, I can't get it out. Oh, that feels like it's on another one. Never mind, put this in. So let's just get a line of posts in first, and then we'll double them up and start filling up. It's a really good way, this is, of getting rid of a lot of rubbish that falls. So I've got this big one in front of me. I don't know if you can see it. No, over there. It's really wiggly. There's not much I can do with that. And I've got enough logs, to be fair. So I'll use it in the bottom of this dead edge. Right, that's got 3 in there. So that's going to be the back one. I need another one here. I might just offset them a bit, actually. Yeah. I don't tend to make them real wide because it does take up too much stuff. And you have to go round periodically and knock them back in again because they come loose. Right, put another one in here, and then we'll start filling it up. Is that about level? Yeah, that one's a bit off, that is. Never mind. I'll move that. I've done this before and clobbered my hand. Oh dear, it did hurt. Right, so that's got that row in for now. So let me move that out of the way. So I'm just going to pick up the dead and just lay it in, just like that, and then that should be good. And then I'll go along here and leave a gap just there because the deer trail actually runs behind this, what I'm doing. So it runs behind it, just in that other bit of woodland and out onto the top track. So that's not in anybody's way there. So right, let me get this filled up and I'll show you what it looks like. So I've got a few bays done today. I've just put a few more stakes in and just threaded a lot of the deadfall through them. When you look down it just yeah, so I don't know whether you can't see the blue mark on there, but we're about right. So, and it looks really good, and it really does tidy this bit up just here, because it was always been a bit messy. So yeah, one dead edge, or a few bays of a dead edge anyway. You know what, you would not believe how many dead edges I've put in this wood. But anyway, so yeah, just one down this side. I've got about 8 more bays, I think, and then I'll meet up with what I've already done, so a bit further down in the woodland. So yeah, all is good. So right then, you can just make out just there somewhere, where's my finger, anyway, somewhere over there in the background, the end of the dead edge I've just done. And if I bring you around here, there's the marker on the tree, which I've got to get to. Beyond that actually does have a bit of a dead edge in it, so that I've done before. It really does want filling up, but it's there. I've got the bones of it, so that's near enough. It's not too hard to fill it full of deadfall. So on that note, I'll bid you goodbye. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed me doing something in the woods instead of messing about. Press the subscribe button. Really nice that you've joined me along on this little journey of mine, and I'll see you again soon.